Hello, in this video we're going to be taking a look at solving trig equations of the form sine of x plus b, cos of x plus b, and tan of x plus b, where b is just going to be a number. Now what this plus b does inside the argument, or the brackets of our trig function, is translate the graph. Now what this means is shift it to the right or to the left. And I've got a nice visual that you'll see in a second that is going to kind of demonstrate this point. And it's going to hopefully also help you make a bit more sense of what we're doing when we're solving these equations. Now, if this video is useful, please do go over to my channel where I have loads of other maths tutorials, or you can go over to my website, which I'll link in the video description, where you can see all of my videos in one place and they're a bit easier to navigate. So, like I said at the start, what this plus b is doing, where b is a number, so what this plus b is doing inside the argument, or the brackets of our trig function, is a translation. So it's shifting the graph to the right or to the left. And so as kind of a concrete example, if you're not too sure about your graph transformations, say we had the graph of sine of x, so f of x equals sine of x. Now let's say I translate it 30 units to the right, and the way we would write this is f of x minus 30. So this minus 30 inside the function means it's being shifted 30 degrees to the right. And I'll put a visual on screen now to show you what's happening as I change the number b from 0, moving it to negative 30, and you can see the whole graph shifts 30 degrees to the right. And so this is what's happening with the graph of sine of x minus 30. Now fortunately, if you've got an equation like this, it's actually really easy to solve, because one of the key properties of our trig functions, the period of the trig function, doesn't change at all. And so let's look at an example of us solving an equation like this. Let's look at this first example where we're going to solve where sine of x minus 30 equals 1/2 between 0 and 360 degrees. So like always, what we're going to do is just first sketch the graph of sine of x. So I'm going to draw my y and x axis, and I'm going to draw this kind of first initial period between 0 and 360 degrees. I'm going to label on a few key points like this. And I want to solve where it equals 1/2. So the first thing we're going to do is find the inverse sine of 1/2, and that's going to tell me what x minus 30 is equal to. So if I do inverse sine of 1/2, it tells me x minus 30 is equal to that, and you can do this on your calculator, or you might just know the trig values, and if you do, you'll know that x minus 30 is going to equal 30 degrees. Now before we go ahead and try and solve this equation for x that we've got here, what we need to do first is look at our graph that we've just drawn, and we found this solution here at x equals 30. Now from this we can see there's going to be another solution over here, and because of the symmetry we can do 180 minus 30, and we can find a second solution at 150 degrees. So x minus 30 will also equal 150 degrees. Now we found these two solutions in the initial period, what we can do is add 30 to both sides, and that tells me that x equals 60, and in this case x equals 180, and these are our two solutions. Now I'll put a visual on screen kind of showing you what's happening, but all we're doing is finding the solutions on the original equation, and then we're translating them 30 degrees to the right to put them onto this translated curve that we're looking at, and I'll put a visual on screen that's showing you this happening. Now a common misconception is once you get to this point is to add 30 to get x equals 60, and then use this and do 180 minus 60, but this isn't going to work, and hopefully you can now see why. You're mixing up the translated curve with the untranslated curve. So always, whenever you're solving a trig equation, find your first solution, then using the original trig graph, find the other one using your symmetry, then rearrange to find x. Let's look at one more example, because this is quite a straightforward kind of process really, these kinds of questions. We're solving where cos of x plus 40 equals 0.8 in the interval of 0 to 360 degrees. So the first thing I'm going to do is sketch the curve like we always do. So let's draw a sketch. So it starts at 1, goes down to -1, comes back up to 1, and let's label on a few key points. So we've got 90, 180, 270 and 360. So we're going to do inverse cosine of 0.8, and that will tell me what x plus 40 is. So x plus 40 is the inverse cos of 0.8. So I'm going to do that on my calculator now, so inverse cos of 0.8. And to three significant figures, I get x plus 40 is 36.9 degrees. So there we go. If we zoom in on our graph, I've got one solution over here at 36.9. I'm now going to do 360 minus 36.9 to find the other solution that's over here. And on my calculator, it tells me that that other solution is 323.1. So I also get x plus 40 equals 323.1 degrees. Now I can subtract 40 from both of these to make x the subject. So I get x equals 283.1 degrees. And if I do the other one, subtract 40 from both sides, I get x equals minus 3.1. So if we take a look at these solutions, well, this one is in the interval, but this one isn't. So what do? Well, remember the period of the graph, if I add or subtract it, will just jump me to another solution. So I know x equals minus 3.1 is a solution, but it's not in my interval. So what I'm going to do is take it and add on 360 to it. And this gives me x equals 356.9 degrees, and that is in my interval, and so that is my other solution. And what we did with this one that wasn't is we can just cross it out and reject that one. So hopefully this video was useful. If it was, please do go over to my channel where I have loads of other maths tutorials. And you can also go over to my website, which I'll link in the video description, where it's a bit easier to navigate through all of the videos I've made in one place. Thanks for watching.